am now with one of my favorite people who throws a disc on this planet, Casey White. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, of course.
We are going to be throwing a special disc, and I feel like the aesthetic of this disc matches the Casey White vibe spectacularly. Almost a coincidence. This beautiful like 80s vaporwave vibe. This is a Whammo streaker. It's a glow disc, 133 grams, 1986. You're going to unpackage this. As you unpackage, what are you picking up from what you're seeing?
A disc that's older than me. And man, it's just it's a thing of beauty. It looks like it's begging to fly.
It is begging to fly.
It's begging to fly.
For many years, many decades.
Shout out to the homies that sent this to Brian, right?
Joel Rogers, my absolute hero.
Joel Rogers, yeah.
11-time freestyle world champion. You're my idol. Love you.
Nice and soft.
Ready to toss?
Yeah, of course.
That's dangerous. If it's nice and soft, we might see a broken streaker. I've never said that in succession before. Let's go.
All right.
Rip it up, man. Whenever you're ready, just start tossing.
First ever streaker toss?
Well, I think, I think that's strike one.
Strike one?
Smooth. I didn't have to move.
It's a beaut. It's already an absolute beaut.
Oh!
Strike two.
We're kind of on fire right now. Nah. Little ball.
She slows down quick.
Outside. Let's talk streakers.
Streakers.
When are we going to get one in disc golf? And what is the significance of the streaker in the sports world?
I mean, I think disc golf, the closest we've come to a streaker has got to be American flag shorts guy. Holy shot. He might be the best streaker of all time, even though he was still clothed, just specifically for what the clothes on his body were. You know what I mean? American flag shorts guy will live on in many, many heads for the rest of time.
At that point in disc golf, what did American flag shorts guy represent?
All of our inner child, like live disc golf in front of a bunch of people watching, and the greatest shot ever thrown with a live audience. And like, you know, I think JomezPro that year was the first tournament that brought back spectators. So we were like 2 months post live spectators again. So just all of it culminating to that one event, and all of us just really resonating with American flag shorts guy.
I certainly do. I don't know if I've ever gotten that fired up watching disc golf before, but I've certainly felt that way playing disc golf.
Yeah.
What single shot sticks out to you? Because I know you have like a photographic disc golf memory. What shot would make you celebrate like American flag shorts guy?
Matty-O sticking the green, hole 18 at Maple Hill. That's how I felt in that moment.
For me, it was the Dimebag Darrell putt.
Okay, all right, that's fair enough. Dimebag Darrell was, Trevin gives him crap for that one.
But it was the greatest call.
I know.
I was talking to Holland about this when we were tossing, and I asked her, when it comes to being a pro disc golfer these days, oh, wow, is horrible, lazy. Dad, again, I'm so sorry. Never again. No lazy throws. What percentage of your career as a disc golfer feels like athlete, and what percentage feels like entertainer? And what do you strive that percentage to be?
Interesting. I would say everything before the 2022 season for me was athlete. And basically the entirety of the 2022 season was entertainer. And then I've tried to find that 50-50 ever since. Like I went all in too deep on the athlete that like I wasn't really like, I don't know, feeling very fulfilled off the course, or maybe even on the course, and then transitioning to, well, I don't got to worry about my score on the scoreboard as much, as long as I'm, you know, making enough money to live, as long as I'm putting on a good show, but then struggle to find the balance of having a sense of pride in what I'm doing off the course when the scorecard's already turned in and there's nothing I could do to turn it around.
I've struggled with that a lot as well. And when I toured, I had the same, like, phase of like, okay, right now I'm going to be a player. I'm going to work as hard as I can, screw everything else. And then I was like, wait, well, maybe I could have a career here. And then my play would go to and then I would feel like I was going to lose my contract and I was going to lose the dream of being out here.
Right. So, you know, there's absolutely nothing about me that wants to like stop competing or, you know, traveling to all these different parts of the country. But there's everything in me that like really, really misses 19-year-old B-tier slayer Casey White. Like not going to work and doing plumbing with my dad 5 days a week and like begging that I won't injure myself. But still like the thrill of getting out of work on Friday, getting in the Subaru, packing like, you know, my bag for the exact course. Like I know exactly what I'm gonna need for the course I'm playing this weekend. And whether I'm carpooling with my buddy Joey or my buddy Shane, like just going out and like, I don't know, I just came from Nantucket and it's like, at this point, it's like it's the new MVP Open for Massachusetts guys. Like Nantucket is the tournament that all the best players in Massachusetts play every single year. And it's basically guaranteed that one of us is gonna come out on top. I'm lucky enough to say that I've won the last 3, but it's still like, I don't know, it's a very nostalgic thing for me to like travel 2 hours to play a B tier, even getting on the ferry, you know? I know you've been to Nantucket, 2019.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We stayed in the hostel together.
Oh yeah.
It's a little different now, but I don't know. The Pro Tour is obviously very unique and it's a dream life. Like I truly feel like a lot of the things that have come to me in my life is truly due to just the fact of the platform that the Pro Tour gives us. Like I wouldn't have the YouTube channel I have or anything like that if I was just the B tier guy in New England, not traveling more than 3 hours from home. So it's like, it's all give and take.
Are there character traits from 19-year-old B tier slayer Casey White that you've lost that you wish you still had?
I don't really know. There's a lot about my game that has grown, that it's like kind of, as a competitor, it's hard to relate to who I was back then. But as a person, I feel like I'm still the exact same, you know? And I don't know. Oh, wow. I would say the bittersweet thing is like the professional disc golfer wow is gone. Like I knew that I was, you know, one of the best players in the region, but as soon as I got to play a practice round with Seppo, my eyes were just beaming and glowing, which they still would be because I don't get to play with him that often and he still impresses the heck out of me. But like, just like being like at Maple Hill, for example, I was telling Ellie this when we were there, it's like all the things that used to happen at Maple Hill that don't happen anymore, it like, even if they were doing like the late night poker nights and the skee ball tournaments and the ping pong tournaments, like even though we all have to tee in the morning, it wouldn't be the same for me because I'm not 17 anymore wanting to do anything but to be friends with Ricky Wysocki and Paige Pierce and Big Germ. I am friends with them. So like, it's kind of like a weird in-between where it's like gratitude for my success, but also like, there's like almost like no nostalgia left in that category because they're my competitors now. They're no longer a superhero.
Yeah. Are you telling me, Casey White, that there's nothing here now that you'll be nostalgic about later?
Of course there will be. Yeah. But I'm saying like my nostalgic feeling right at this moment.
Yes, yes, yes.
No,
I know what you mean, man.
I fuel a lot of my glories with nostalgia. And like MVP Open 2017 just cannot compare to the MVP Open of 2025 when I'm on the lead card.
Yeah.
Like that's really the thing about the nostalgia thing is like I am literally at Maple Hill my favorite tour event all year long, playing on the lead card, something I've always dreamed of. And I'm like going home being like, man, but what I would have done to just be in the crowd watching myself do that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. My first MVP Open, well, I was a Vibram back then, like as a player, 2017. I would show up in the morning, I'd watch Paige Pierce's card until I had to go warm up, and I'd finish my round and immediately just get out on the course and go find somebody to watch. And that's what Maple Hill should feel like in my 17-year-old brain.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work as a 25-year-old that plays every Pro Tour event, because I don't have that desire to be like, man, I'm so excited to watch these pros play Maple Hill.
You do it every day.
Yeah.
So what do you dream about now?
Winning Maple Hill?
That's it.
I mean, yeah.
Gotta wait till next year.
Yeah, exactly. That's the tough thing, though. Like, when one tournament means so much more than the rest, it's like, well, everything I do until next year will be for that. But I don't know where to place that so I can drive it towards other events.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like what happens when you win it? Just win it again?
I told Ellie, I'm like, maybe I'd spectate the next year and get that experience that I'm looking for.
That's funny.
But then I'll be
man.
spectating, being like, man, I should be playing.
I used to be pretty good too, kid.
That's the thing. And I know I'm only 25, but like, I ain't 20 anymore.
You've been out here for a little bit, man.
Yeah, it was COVID, 2020. I was 20 years old when I did like the full send, the leap of faith.
How much did it feel like a leap of faith?
At the time, like insanely large. Like, I had a 04 Forester that, like, even just traveling around New England, I always tried to carpool because I was just like terrified of it letting me down one day. I don't know much about cars, and I just like was way too scared to just really go all out in my own vehicle. And in 2020, Simon and I were only supposed to play DDO and Preserve and go home. And basically Simon gave me no choice. And this was the day before we recorded our podcast episode on the Flight Diary.
Oh, me and you, yeah.
We recorded it on Saturday of the Preserve, and on Sunday of the Preserve, the next day, Simon basically told me, you're staying, you don't have a choice. You have to find a ride to the next tournament. And he was like, Patreon will pay for your next 2 tournament entry fees until D-Glow. So that was that. And then 2 weeks later, I won a big B tier in Minnesota. And kind of just felt like that like leap of faith only had like 2 weeks of like, what if? And then as soon as I won that B tier in Minnesota, like, you know, I beat Chris Clemens, Jordan Castro, Terry Roethlisberger. So it wasn't just like nothing.
Yeah.
It meant something. And then basically was like, okay, well, I'm not going back home to go to work. So it looks like I'll just like sell every disc I can that isn't Discmania and just make sure that this becomes the new norm. So that's exactly what happened.
Talk to me about Simon, from your angle, knowing him as well as you do. He is one of the most fascinating sports figures across the board that I've ever met.
I mean, Simon and I, we started out like he was the elusive pro. It was hard to get words out of him. You never knew if you were bothering him. Like, I remember my first ever interaction with Simon. I was returning a lost disc. And when I said, hey, Simon, got your disc out of hole 8 in the pond at Maple, he was like, why? I was like, well, it's got your name on it. He said, no, that disc was meant to be lost. And I've never experienced anyone in disc golf that was like that. That was like, yeah, that Glow MD3 that's worth probably $100 because it's Simon's. Yeah, that's supposed to be in the pond. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the next time I had interacted with him was basically like, I'm on a chase card or lead card and he's on the card in front of me like I was beating him. That was in Prince Edward Island. And, you know, what it took for me to build up the courage to ask him if he needed a cameraman at a team challenge match, it's basically nothing, because I knew that he doesn't really have that much to say. So if he didn't want it, it was just gonna be a no, and that was gonna be that. It wasn't gonna be a big deal if he said no. But yeah, it was just a team challenge match. He was playing for Team Maple Hill at the time. Nice. And the first video we ever filmed was the 600-foot ace. I thought I was just gonna be a cameraman, and I ended up being the one that hit the 600-foot ace. But the most pivotal thing, which the gravity of that only gets heavier as time goes on, is that not only did I like succeed in getting my offer to be Simon's cameraman accepted, but I also proved my value as a second thrower of entertainment. And who knows, if I didn't hit that shot, if I would have ever filmed with him again. But the thing about Simon is, like, especially like 2018, 19, is it was still like a, like, I'm gonna go get picked up by Simon and I'm gonna get to play a one-on-one round with him, like super giddy and everything, but also playing it cool when we would hang out. And then it was the COVID lockdown that it was like, you know, we basically just became like best friends, and it was just like a routine. And we kind of gained like a rhythm and identity, and like, what do you want to say? A certain vision for what we were trying to be and what we were trying to create. And the one thing that I always say is like, man, I just wish he would give up sometimes. Like, that was like the one thing, like, he would want to just throw the shots. We're gonna skip it off this building. We're gonna get a 2 discs in 1 throw double ace. And like, he hit that double ace after I had left trying with him for like 2 hours. And I was like, dude, I ain't sticking around for this. And I went home, and you know, he like buried the grass so much it just created a giant mud spot throughout the day. And like, as the sun's going down, he finally hit it. And like, that was just the difference of like, you know, I thought it was cool and everything to be filming and trying that stuff, but like, I just like was nowhere even near the skill that he had in order to still be on target after hours of trying the same shot. And that's something that definitely, like, I could say impressed me the most out of him, was just his persistence and determination, even if it was stupid. I mean, the thing is like, nothing would surprise me. Like, if I was playing like a, you know, scoring round with him, I could have the lead with 2 to go, but then he'd like throw like, you know, a DX driver roller and park the second to last hole, and then he'd like make like a nose up air bounce putt on the last hole to beat me. And like, those things just kind of like numbed me to like really, really out of pocket impressive shots. And I don't know, it kind of, you could say it prepared me to be a colleague with the best in the world rather than just that wide-eyed kid.
Yeah. It's interesting to hear you talk about his perseverance and his ability to keep going and landing a trick shot or something, putting that much value and that much focus into something like that, because when he carries himself, sometimes it looks like he's not trying at all.
Right.
I don't know how he does it.
Oh, shorty. Yeah, I don't know where it comes from either, because he's like, he also can be the first one to give up. And I'm like, come on, we haven't even tried more than 5 times. And then as soon as I'm like, okay, that's 10, that's enough, he's like, no, have to get the job done.
To answer the question that you answered, what percentage of entertainer and athlete is he?
I mean, back in the day, I would have said like 90% entertainer, 10% athlete. At this point, he's probably closer to like 60-40, 60% entertainer, 40% athlete. That could be wrong, but that's the way I see it.
Yeah. What do you want from disc golf in your lifetime? What do you want to see?
I mean, I feel like I feel like I'm like almost already there. Like,
Yo, you gotta hit Sexton.
come on, Nate. Oh, it's turning!
Hey! Oh,
On the run?
Now we gotta do something sick. Now we gotta do something sick. Here we go. You gotta catch this.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Yeah, baby!
I had the easiest job, for the record. That was sweet. You know, like, my buddy Shane and I, we always kind of had the same vision for disc golf, which is basically like, we can make enough money in tournaments to like actually like have this be the full-time gig. And at the same time, an entertainment product that we can invite our buddies over on a Sunday afternoon and watch the final and order food and have like a whole spectacle of it. Not just like, oh yeah, I'm watching this, you know, phone by myself, or I'm just watching the scores pop up. Like an actual live entertainment product that we can put on the television, invite over a dozen people, and like make a Sunday out of it.
Yeah.
Like that is where I always wanted the sport to be. And I don't care about what people say about the commentary or the quality or anything like that. I think that we've already done everything that I wanted to happen.
Period. Even when you're on your deathbed, you think we've gotten there to where you want it to be?
I mean, I don't want that to be like put on record to be like, oh, Casey White just thinks that the sport should never change.
Well, no. Yeah, I get it.
But like, I just feel like for everything that the sport's already been through, and like where the sport was at when I started, like I don't think that the COVID kids probably feel the same way. But from where I started to where the sport is now as a live entertainment product, like this is everything I've dreamed of.
Yeah, it's a pretty special thing we got going on. That's for sure.
Oh man, I can't get that one.
You gotta land something sick. Here you go. I'll give you a cherry.
I'm trying.
I can teach you one here.
Yeah.
I'll teach you one of the hardest catches. It's
Okay.
called a guidus. Oh. So you
I
go
mean, I'm hitting my hand. I'm just not.
front arm over back leg. No, so you'd go, yeah, you catch it like that. Yeah. You kind of have to do like a twist to get it. I'll give you another shot.
All right, I got it with the left.
Ah. Oh, okay. Okay, now we got to do a jumping one.
Okay, but I still caught it.
You caught it. Now the final stage.
I tried the left.
Well done. Now let's see if we can get you in the air. Here you go.
All right, here we go.
Oh! Casey, I appreciate you joining me. That was the worst throw ever. I'm not going to catch that.
I'm laughing too hard.
That was a real shame.
I felt like my effort, according to the toss, was...
Albert Tam is in the Catch Hall of Fame. He was giving me cherry after cherry after cherry. That might be on the wall of shame. With a couple of mine that I threw today.
Yeah.
Casey, we're here at the USDGC. We got hole 5 in the background. What do you got to say to the people about USDGC, Winthrop? What are your feelings about this place?
I mean, I wish you just had the microphone on me when I was walking Ellie into the property, showing her Winthrop for the first time ever. Just like what I value in a property that like has so much history and like playing from the exact same tee pads as the greats, and you know, the evolution of the course in accordance to the skill level of the players at the time of each year. It's just like this and Maple Hill are like the two for me. And like I remember my first Winthrop, like just looking around, but like I hadn't really done enough like studying or just looking into the history, but like I feel like I have since. And it's like it almost gets cooler every year because I find out new stories and new, like, you know, wild finishes coming down the stretch. And yeah, basically just the fact that this property has hosted this tournament every year since '99. You know, the course is nowhere near the same what it used to be besides hole 1. and like, you know, 17, 18, well, 17's green at least. And, you know, I do think that this is the most like sought after major, just knowing that it's the exact same story as the rest of them. Like, the people who win the USDGC in 2025 can have the exact same story as Ken Climo winning the USDGC in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is the coolest about it. Whereas the Worlds, with the rotating courses, rotating venues, it kind of is tough. It's tough to get that like feeling just by showing up on the property. And I struggle with that. I struggle with a course that I feel like has no weight, no history. I struggled with that in Virginia last year. I did not struggle with that at Nokia because it felt like we were at Nokia, you know, a place that has history. I don't know. Maybe that's something that holds me back.
I think you do know.
Yeah.
I think you love when things get hype.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. You might be one of the most passionate disc golfers I've ever met, Casey.
Thank you.
And I wish for you that the passion doesn't go away because we need more of that in disc golf.
Fair enough. Thank you.
There's a powerful thing in perspective, and I feel like you seem to have it pretty dialed in. But yeah, you know, I appreciate you joining me. I'll give you the floor. What do you got to say to the people watching you throw a Frisbee for the past 20, 30 minutes?
I mean, I'm sorry about the wall of shame throw. I wish I could be as good as Albert Tam, but I'm not. And I love all walks of life for a Frisbee. That's why I'm standing here today as a professional disc golfer, because some guy at my campground that we went to my entire life just had a stack of 4 worthless Frisbees that weren't not disc golf discs, and he could shape them. He could call his shot. And that's the beauty of it all.
Yeah.
And every single day that I'm able to hold a Frisbee in my hand and call the shot is a good day.
Well, that was a sick ending. Let's get some B-roll of some long toss. We'll just throw for like 5 minutes.
Ready, break. There it is.
That's the line. That's gonna land flat. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's such a thing of beauty.